and start it again. There we go. So I was playing the Flash deck.
Okay, you're playing Flash, or not Flash Hulk. Or Flash Hulk, yes. I'm thinking of Breakfast Hulk, the EDH variant, as people start calling it.
That's right. So I'm not going to claim that I'm an excellent Magic pilot or Flash Hulk pilot. I'm just the person who was available at the time. Let's seek forward a bit because we were doing a bit of setup for this. Or maybe I should hit the play button.
Yeah.
We have really big timer. So do you have OBS recording yet?
Okay. And I'm not recording the game audio.
Okay.
Okay, so... Oh, look. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's get this menu bar out of here.
Okay.
Maybe if I do nothing, it'll go away. Okay, that's...
Yep. And I'm alright. Full grip versus full grip, so 7 on 7.
Yeah.
Opening hand has Ancestral. That is fantastic.
And Summoner's Pact. Protean
No Flash though. So we'll see. We'll see if this Ancestral gets you there.
Yeah, so my thought for this game, and the reason I kept this, and it's unfortunate that I can't show my opponent's hand. We weren't able to get the video for that.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that I'm thinking, okay, I'm playing Flash Hulk, my opponent's playing Burning Long. We are both burning fast decks.
Yes.
And, excuse me, I'm thinking, okay, I like Ancestral, I like having a land, I can draw my way into more more action with the Ancestral, and I can protect myself with Force, and I just need one of the long list of tutors that we saw before the game to win here.
So, before anything, we know he does have counter magic, but what would you be pitching? Would you pitch Force Pact of Force of Will, or would you pitch a Force of Will in this scenario? Or would you draw first and then see where it takes you?
So, first turn, I've got one land out, my opponent plays something that I need to counter. I probably first recall, and then if I get nothing, like 3 lands, force pitching Force, because then I won't have another blue card to pitch to the other Force of Will.
Yeah.
But if I draw another land, and then ideally on my draw step draw a tutor, I can protect it with Pact.
Yes.
I did hit the play button, right?
It's going. You have it like with you just taking your time figuring out. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You're sitting in your main face right now.
It took me a while, and also we did some talking back and forth. Okay. So flip to my opponent, Gemstone Mine, and if he has it, he has it. I know that his basic game plan is to play a bunch of rituals and or Lion's Eye Diamond-like effects to then play one of, Future Sight, Memory Jar, Yawgmoth's Bargain, Burning Wish for Yawgmoth's Will, Ancestral, and go off within the first 3 turns. And since my game plan is to go off on turn 2, I feel like we're pretty comparable in terms of speed.
Yeah.
Maybe Flash is faster. I don't know exactly how fast Burning Long went off on average. Excuse me. But we're definitely... I muted my microphone at this point, so we're good. I don't know what they're saying in the game. But waiting for him to pay costs.
Yep.
Okay, here's the turn 1
he would be naming all sorts of things.
Probably Burning Wish.
Burning Wish?
Yeah, or if he doesn't have mana, Dark Ritual.
Dark Ritual? I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, you should need a Mox go off turn 1 because this isn't where you could use to put the spell on the stack and then crack mana for it.
No, that's right.
So
Lion's Eye Diamond, you were never able to pay for a spell with it. Oh, and I missed what he just got. Did you see it?
No, but...
Oh, here's what he exiled, though. He did not wish for Burning Wish. He didn't consult for Burning Wish. And I go to my draw step, I get a Brainstorm, and pass. I don't know why I didn't Ancestral there. Okay, so yeah, he got... So he's got Dark Ritual here. This might be a misplay, but basically, let me go back to what he consulted for real quick. I want to 12 cards enter the reveal. Oh, right. Consultation doesn't tell you what your opponent gets.
Really?
Right. It's
Even
just
though
like
they reveal
Demonic
from the
Tutor.
top?
It reveals everything except for. Am I wrong?
I'm pretty sure you will know the information just because you have to reveal each card.
Then that would mean he. Okay, so that means that he got. Oh boy, let's not go back too far. Consultation.
Usually they have the name card on the spell on the stack, but no idea.
Oh, he consulted for Lion's Eye Diamond? No.
No,
Consulted for Bargain, I guess.
I believe so. It looks like bargain.
Yeah, so I'm fairly inexperienced with Magic Online. I tend to play paper. And, okay, so anyway. Yeah, so I Force of Will Dark Ritual because I prized Dark Ritual very highly as a mana fixer for my opponent's deck, and
Yes.
also, of course, for Ritual Effect. Okay, so here's the Duress, and I'm considering Ancestraling, Brainstorm, something like Brainstorm, Hide Ancestral, and Hide
Force of Will? Or not Force of Will, just Hide, Ancestral, and...
Summoner's Pact, probably.
Oh, that's a hand.
And then I draw into Double Flash. So at this point, I'm like, can't lose. My opponent's tapped out. I've got the game.
And, yeah, that's game one, unless you... Well, no, I don't think there's anything you can mess up from this point. He's got no counter magic, and he's tapped out. That's...
Yeah, so I could have let him duress, but Force of Will, pitching Flash, just removes removes any information he could gather, removes any chance of him taking Ancestral, and then me somehow fizzling.
And
I mean, the game's over. I just,
yeah. You cast Flash, you go through the loop, and it's game.
Oh, he could have duressed my Mox Ruby, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that could have been.
And then I wouldn't have been able to cast Flash. Okay, so here's Flash, Protein Hulk, and so you would think there would be nothing that I could screw up at this point, and I would like to say you're right, but once again, my inexperience with the deck and the
Clicking
interface
through the whole, yeah.
leads me to screw up this combo. Since we went through the combo beforehand, I will just skip to the conclusion and say
You chose Revelark instead of Body Double to copy your, the Hulk first.
I screwed up, but my opponent was nice enough to concede to me anyway, in the spirit of sportsmanship.
Yes.
So against this opponent, I like Thoughtseize as a turn 1 play, and my opponent puts a lot of cards in the graveyard, so I considered Extirpate.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't really rely on Yawgmoth's Will the way that like Grimlong does. Grimlong, based on Grim Tutor, the 3-mana Demonic Tutor.
Yes.
And that deck often wins by Yawgmoth Will into Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Burning Wish is much more flexible. Because, of course, the key card is a 2-mana Wish for something in your sideboard.
Yes. Very...
So,
yeah, sideboarding usually doesn't happen with his deck.
Nope.
Except for curing Swarm. That's the only thing to stop counter magic. And you're a counter magic deck, so
Oh yeah.
he will be boarding in 3. I do not know what he would be boarding out. I'm guessing
Hunting Pack for sure.
Hunting Pack, yes. That's
And the 2 Hunting Packs are pretty dead in this matchup. And
Yes.
Something else of his choice.
Yeah.
So I considered these cards for a while. But basically, I think what it comes down to is Thoughtseize is not as good on the draw as it is on the play.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really want to take out blue cards for black cards because I want to keep my density high enough for Force of Will. That's probably not a problem with the number of blue cards actually in the deck, but
Yeah, it depends. If he's gonna storm out, having counter magic to just ripping out the storm pieces with Thoughtseize and Extirpates is pretty powerful. Just because you get rid of those cards, he'll never see them. But this is with the new interface, he can't wish for the older cards anymore as well.
Right.
So Extirpate, it does pretty well in this.
I believe it. Yeah. But in the end, so I just kind of stayed with the same thing and submitted.
Oh, so you didn't board in so you boarded in and threw Thoughtseize, took out Misdirect, and you're looking for, I'm guessing, the next card to board out?
And is that right? Did I actually bring in the Thoughtseize?
It looks like you're bringing in, you have a 61 card deck right now, but you were 53 when we started, so you're debating on one last card to take out. Or you're playing 61 card deck, never mind, I must have missaw the deck size.
I definitely saw 50, so it definitely
Yeah.
says 60.
Oh, you didn't submit, I believe, so you did stay with the original deck because you did not hit submit, so.
Yeah, so that's what happens. That's fine. If I got a lot more experience with Flash, I would definitely be better at the sideboarding. But okay, so what do you think of this hand?
You have Brainstorm to tuck away the Mob Fanatic, but by all means you were like, no, not a good one. But you did, apparently you did bring a Thoughtseize, so somehow, some way.
Somehow I ended up with a Thoughtseize. Oh, there was already one Thoughtseize.
One in the main board? Okay.
So I agreed with you. I pitched the opening hand because Brainstorm was the only action and it had too many lands for my taste.
Makes sense. 3 lands, and you're a turn 1, turn 2 deck sometimes, so.
I like this hand better with the fast turn 1 Thoughtseize and Brainstorm.
Yes.
It's unfortunate that I have a Brainstorm and only 1 fetch land, but, well, here's my opponent going off on turn 1.
Yes. It is doable with this deck. Let's F6 and watch. As you have no interaction. He's checking for Force of Will with this dress. And I'm guessing you'll take your Brainstorm for card selection.
Yeah.
So, but you have a Ponder on top, so I'm guessing you left it there.
Yeah, definitely. Ponder in the early game, great card. And so this is going to be him taking. This is going to turn into a turn 1 Thoughtseize into Ponder, unless he decides to take Protean Hulk.
So what would have been smarter to because you are on the draw to mulligan to a Force of Will as well sometimes.
Probably, but
you did have Thoughtseize as interaction as well, but.
Oh, and also my opponent cast Black Lotus Necropotence.
Okay, there's not much you can kind of do in this scenario.
No.
Unless you win next turn. But you already know Ponder is on top, so you will have to wait a turn, even if you see Flash, as you won't have enough blue sources to...
Yep, I would need exactly Ponder into... let's see, draw step Ponder, and then I could hit Black Lotus. No, even Black Lotus wouldn't do it. So yeah, there's no way for me to win next turn with what I have here. My opponent does the standard draw 10 off
Wait,
of
no,
Black.
Black?
I could get a Black Lotus, but I couldn't get like
you would never draw into the other... Well, no, you would have to draw Ponder, no, that doesn't work. I was thinking of Ancestral Recall or anywhere at that point, but no, not enough blue sources.
This one, Ancestral's great. Yeah, so this, you know what is really cool is this really illustrates the difference between Necropotence and Yawgmoth's Bargain.
Yeah.
Because Necropotence, sure, he drew 10 cards, but he had to pass the turn. So Necropotence, the way I think of it now is Necropotence is very much a card advantage engine, whereas Yawgmoth's Bargain is more of a combo enabler.
Yeah, and you have to look here. Was there a reason for him to not draw more? Because he knows you're a combo deck as well. So
just so that he can necro more next turn.
Yeah, well, maybe. Okay, yeah. If he can't find a win con here, then it makes sense that you keep going.
So what do you think of this? He's got a lot of mana.
Yeah, I think Wheel of Fortune is the answer takeaway.
Yeah. So I was considering Wheel of Fortune, Ancestral, and Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual, again, fixing ritual effect, recastable from the graveyard.
Yes.
In case he burning wishes for Yawgmoth's Will. Ancestral is the cheapest card draw he has, but I end up taking Wheel of Fortune as the most powerful card draw. And also I kind of thought Wheel of Fortune might be worth a little bit less just because he already had Necro in play, so he wasn't hurting. But yeah, it's still a very powerful card draw spell.
Yeah.
And so now I get to Ponder. And I see Pact for the Protean Hulk that I already have.
This is a shuffle, in my opinion.
A Dead Force of Will, and another land. So yeah, definitely. Hooray!
Mox.
So Right, so basic is clearly very favored here.
Yes.
If I had let him keep the Wheel of Fortune, he could have wheeled me into a new hand. That was a possibility that
Yes.
was maybe an argument for keeping the wheel. Or excuse me, letting him have the wheel
Mm-hmm.
and taking the ancestral taking either the ancestral or the ritual, because both of them can give him more mana.
So currently we know he has no action in hand. He kept all.
He has the ancestral.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing he has, and so he has to draw in the action. So 3 cards. We'll see if he can go off this turn. He does have a lot of cards, but by all means, he'll Necropotence again and draw, and can draw another 7 if he feels like it. Because either you combo out, or nothing happens. Is how it's gonna interact.
Yeah, so I'm just playing the waiting game. The fact that he's necroing right now tells me that he did not draw into significant action.
Yes, and
Otherwise, he could have hard cast Yawgmoth's Bargain right now, with the lands that he has, and the mana he has in play.
I feel like if it was me in this scenario, I think I'd go for the full on, go to maybe like one life and figure it out.
it's a daring play. It's not a bad play. Now he casts Mystical's Tutor.
That's peculiar, as you could Mystical first and then draw.
Yeah, well, I guess he drew 4 cards and then thought he really wanted the Mystical.
Is Necropotence not put the cards into your hand at the end of turn?
That's right.
Okay, so he somehow was just he thought about his turn even more.
Yeah,
Thought about mana efficiency. Because he's still in his main phase, hasn't gone to end step to draw his cards yet.
that's right.
And he did tap Twirling Academy, so he did have floating mana that he had to spend.
Mm-hmm. Might as well spend it on a Mystical.
Yeah.
Mystical Tutor is, if not the best tutor, because Vampiric is definitely a heck of a card.
Yes, yes.
It'll get you there in a format where you can get any of Frantic Search, Burning Wish, Ancestral Recall, Gush, and it's just it proves itself way more than Enlightened or Worldly or Gamble.
Yeah. Worldly Tutor is still a powerful card. It's just if you're playing fair Magic, it's a powerful card.
Yeah.
Mock Tutor is still the strongest unfair tutor.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Although I think there's an argument to be made that Vamp is better than Demonic because it's cheaper and less counterable.
You can say that.
Less counterable, so to speak. You can cast it at your opponent's end step, and that's worth a lot to me.
So I'm going with, if he's casting Dark Ritual, he's winning this turn somehow.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. The only question is, so he Mysticaled last turn. He must have at least a Burning Wish.
Well, he does have to reveal, so I'm guessing he did show Burning Wish, and now he's just putting everything, building the storm count.
Oh yeah, I should make sure I leave the revealed cards up next time.
Yeah, have a chat open or something so you can see.
Yeah, if I do more matches
Yeah.
on Magic Online, I'll certainly get better with the interface. And then at this point, yeah, so I drew a land. I can do nothing except watch as my opponent combos out.
Oh, memory, yes, the powerful draw 7.
It is. The only reason not to crack it is that it might draw me into 7 action cards
Force
as well.
Will, stuff like that. But I'm guessing he's doing this for storm count, and somehow if he needs to dig more, if you're casting counter magic, even though you don't have counter magic.
Not in hand. Yeah, he's got 12 mana on the battlefield. He's not hurting for lands. Not hurting for mana.
Yes, and I'm guessing here comes the first wish. Or no, he's going with something. 3 mana so far, paper blue? Oh, Mind's Desire, okay.
Storm count 8.
Yes, so Mind's Desire is a cool card as you can't sit at the top of your library to cast them for free. So you shuffle and then you start casting, which is very interesting.
Yeah,
It's
and
very balanced because of that.
were you the one that told me that theoretically, if you have 4 Mind's Desires in your deck, you have like a 60% chance of drawing your entire deck off of the first one?
I don't believe I said that, but it seems right. It seems like if you're going off, you can go off even further with all these triggers.
Yeah, so he hit Yawgmoth's Bargain, Windfall, Factor Fiction, Demonic Tutor. I could basically concede here.
Technically he hasn't drawn a wish yet. I'll say that. He has fizzled so far. But Wheel of Fortune and Windfall
Demonic
Possible-
Tutor for Wish, though?
Oh, does he have demonic? Oh, yeah, he has enough life to do it. He would put it on top and then just wheel and get there. So yeah, that is game now.
Yeah, just like last game, where I was going through the motions, now he gets to go through the motions. So this is, I don't know if this is the power of the deck or just the skill level of the players involved. I certainly could have made some decisions with mulliganing that might have turned out a lot better.
Yes, but these are practically turn 1 decks, turn 2 decks, so the decision making is, do you have duress, do you cast duress and stuff like that. But
That's right.
it is the motions that get you there and understanding the best options.
Yeah.
To cast your spells and everything.
So on to game 3. I really like Pact of Negation in this deck. I love the idea that I can, play Mox Land, go, and then Pact of Negation, and then Flash.
Okay, and so you brought in the 2 Thoughtseize this time. You have a playset now, and you took out Misdirection. I'm guessing you're on. So pick another card. I think if I was doing this, I think I'd take out a Merchant Scroll maybe, just because it's 2 mana.
I think I agree. Excuse me. I think I agree with you. Merchant Scroll gets Ancestral. That's great, but it's almost. I feel like it's almost too slow for this matchup.
Yes, he is a combo deck trying to go off. Turn 1,
Turn 1. Yeah.
and even Extra Bite, maybe not even worth it. You might want to just have a high blue density just to be able to cast Forcible turn 1 to stop any shenanigans that they're attempting.
Yeah. So let's skip forward just a bit here.
So-
Whoa. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. So Chain of Vapor, Misdirection. Yeah.
Okay.
Chain seems like an easy cut. I'm surprised
Yeah.
I didn't see it before.
Well, if he plays Necroprovince or something, you can always bounce back and be like, oh, well, I Dark Ritual for this and it's back in my hand. This is a problem.
Yep, that's fair. And
So, let's see. You have
have
the
it.
combo in hand and you can tutor out anything you want.
I've got
I
it.
would say keep because you have 2 flashes, so duress will not stop you.
And 2 Protean Hulks, so Thoughtseize won't stop me either.
Yep, 2 Protean Holds as well, so
It's this is kind of
you won turn 2, let's see if he wins turn 1 is what it looks like.
this is kind of the nuts hand. Yeah, the only thing that can stop me is if he wins on turn 1 because Pact of Negation won't stop him until I have 2 mana.
Yes, and this is old 2003 deck that the Burning Witch player is playing, so he does not have Surgical for free mana to take out the Flash.
Would be a significant upgrade to that deck.
Yes. Well, okay, he played Mana Crypt and Gemstone. Oh, he's taking an extra turn. This is very interesting already. So he has saved himself so far.
That's a nice explorer he's got himself
Yes.
there.
Yes. Let's see if this gets him into action. This is one of his outs, actually.
Yeah.
So let's see what else he can do.
Do you think Explorer would be broken if it untaps 2 lands?
It'd be powerful. It would be very powerful. Depends on.
Instant modern inclusion, right?
Yeah. You can play. I would see it. You would see it in Amulet Tide a lot more, just because of their.
Because they would play it without it. They played it without it in Standard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I agree with you there.
Yeah, and then in this format, Trollarian Academy exists, so you could double Trollarian in turn, which sounds already disgusting. Maybe Library as well.
Yeah.
Draw more cards.
Yeah, Library, Off-Time Lock, literally any tap
Wait,
effect
is
off-time.
he actually going off? He is vamping on his upkeep.
Yep. The classic, if you haven't seen it before, I'm going to spend 1 mana on my upkeep to, tax myself
So-
in turn to get exactly what I need.
Let's see. He would, if he has a red source, in Burning Wish, I think he could potentially go off at this point, depending on what's the rest in his hand.
Yeah. So,
He'll have 5 cards, a land, wish. What would you need to win? Land, wish.
well, let's say that he's got no mana in his hand and all action, and he vamps for Black Lotus.
Oh, yeah, that's always a play.
Or all mana and no action, he can vamp for Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, and try and dig more. We'll
Uh,
see. There are a lot of options in this deck. A lot of draws, a lot of goes. And you're practically F6. See if he actually goes off. Let's see the potential of technically turn 1, even though he did take an extra turn, so turn 2.
so he goes for the Necro.
Okay, so it looks like he has nothing. He's gonna have to draw into. Well, still pay mana.
Yep.
Okay.
So I see Necropotence and I instantly feel a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And,
So
and then he plays the rest of his hand, and I'm like, okay, good game.
yes. He had a very strong start. Going to next turn, I'm pretty sure he would have taken the game.
So let's assume that he vamped for Necropotence. Imagine if instead of Necropotence, he had vamped for Wheel of Fortune. He could have played his Mana Vault and his LED, cast Wheel of Fortune, had 2 colorless mana floating, cracked the LED for some more mana.
Yes, there are a lot of lines of play.
I'm not criticizing him either, because his line of play basically only loses to me going off on turn 2.
Yes,
Unfortunately, I am playing Flash Hulk.
yes. So easy potential to go off on turn 2, even turn 1. So he went with the safer bet to look at more cards and not risk it. But
yeah,
if he knew about your hand somehow, I believe the smart play would have been Wheel of Fortune and just trying to draw action this turn because that is your only out as.
Gitaxian Pro has done a lot for combo decks.
Yes. Yes,
and control decks and
every deck. Delve decks, name any of them.
Yeah.
Storm. Ooh.
And I want to say that Thoughtseize wasn't out in 2003 either. So if he had the option, he probably would play that over Duress.
Yeah. Well, Duress is still played in these older formats just because instances, sorceries, non-creature cards are very powerful.
Yeah, and as the amount of lightning bolts goes up, the amount of Thoughtseizes tends to go down as well.
Yes. Don't want me just hurting yourself for no reason.
Right. Okay, so end step.
You crack, you tutor, you win the game.
Yep, that's it. So let's just fast forward or not. Press and hold to fast forward. Okay, sure. So
I think it's this.
I wait for him to discard. Once he discards, I do the old vamp for Black Lotus.
Yep.
And then.
Well, you would technically have to tutor before his
no
cleanup.
I would have to tutor before his cleanup, except that Necropotence puts a trigger during the cleanup step, which then, after the trigger's resolved, gives me priority.
Oh, really? Okay. I did not know about that.
Yeah, it's one of those niche card interactions that gives you priority when you normally wouldn't.
I'm guessing he's gonna make you play out the combo this time, just
to make sure I actually.
Yeah, you understand how to. So you sack the Hulk. Hulk triggers, or you sack the body double that is a Protean Hulk. It goes off. You get Rebel Arc. You get your Mob Fanatic. You sack Mob Fanatic first, ping him for 1. Then you sack Rebel Arc. Trigger hits. You target body double. Body double comes back, or Rebel Arc targets body double and Mob Fanatic. You get both of them back. Body double targets Rebel Arc, right? Or no?
Body double targets Rebel Arc is correct.
Okay.
So I ping him for 1.
And then you sack it, and body double just keeps targeting itself over and over.
That's right. Unless you're foolish enough to body double for the wrong target. Who would ever do that? So pull out my graveyard, get back Mob Fanatic. I'll get there eventually. But the clicking is slow because again,
yes.
I'm not used to the interface so well.
Yeah. So I don't know how much people have talked about using macros in MTGO. How are you with the concept of macros starting to be used?
I think it's fine. Yeah. So the thing is, this isn't a game that relies on execution, and most of the time macros don't work.
You can always say knowing the combo and the execution mentally is a thing to actually know, and not having a machine played out for you as well.
Sure. Also, check this out. I body doubled Protean Hulk by mistake.
Oh.
But I still have one card.
Oh, yeah, you still have.
And it has the effect of bringing one of my creatures back to the battlefield.
So,
this
play proof.
Yeah, exactly. This deck is foolproof.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Let you have one.
One mistake. So I bring back body double and then correctly target Rebel Arc this time.
Yes.
And then continue going off.
Yeah.
And I've done this a few times, I swear. So I managed to go through pretty quickly. The one thing about Moto that bugs me, that I noticed when playing this game, is that it's really slow.
Yeah, there's some animation still going on and everything.
There's noticeable lag when you do inputs, and that's not true on other things that I like to use.
Yeah. but this was made very old, and it's a legacy device now.
Hopefully Duels of the Planet. Excuse me. Hopefully Magic Arena will be better.
They'll get there, but I don't think one day they might try bringing modern and vintage and legacy and re-put in all those Magic cards that exist.
That'd be great. If Vintage was on Magic Arena, people would play it for sure.
So far, I think in Arena, you are timed for your turns and stuff like that, so combo decks...
Play Vintage, not play Magic Arena.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting difference between this and Magic Arena, right? Is the fact that on Magic Arena, it's more like paper tournaments where you have only a certain amount of time for a turn.
Yes.
And so that's the end of the first match, and I'll pause the recording there. For anyone who finishes with that, thank you for watching. I'm gonna put up a second match here.